What is up, my Lorcana Goons, and welcome back to the Lorcana Goons channel. My name is Kevin. You're watching the Monday Weekly Market Watch, where we go over Lorcana news, meta trends, and card prices. We do these every Monday and Friday, so if you want to support the channel, hit that like button and comment, subscribe to be part of the Goon Squad community. But how are you guys doing on this wonderful Monday afternoon as we start our week where Arcasia's Island launches at local game stores? I want to start this Monday's video with talking about some cool news for some collectors. Any fellow collectors out there, take a look at this. We have basically what seems to be like the first printing or the first leaks of the Lorcana cards, like the Lorcana trial cards. This was posted on Facebook by someone named Frank Mark. It looks like playstest cards. Apparently the card was going to be called Disney Famous, and we have some cool tidbits of like references to the way the cards look now. As you can see, the cards we're using just screen caps from the movies, what it looks like, but we have a Rapunzel healer here. It used to be a 416 with the same ability, but no limitation on how many you can draw. That's kind of broken. But yeah, huge shout out to Lorcana fans on Twitter, and like they said, Frank Mark for posting these. But you can see a couple other cards right here, like Moana, Scar. There was a shiftable Scar. We have LeFou, the right hand man, that still has the same ability as the LeFou, the Ruby LeFou in Lorcana right now, that came out in first chapter. So that's pretty cool to see. I wonder if these are ever gonna be available on the secondary market. But it's crazy to see how this went from Disney Famous to what we know now as Disney Lorcana. So if you want to see this post, I'll put a link in the description below so you can take a look at those cards yourself. But this is it. Set 7 comes out this Friday. Arcasia's Island booster boxes are going to be available at your local game store. So if you haven't already, reach out to your local game store or whoever you get your Lorcana products from and find out if you can place some pre-orders, find out when they're going to have boxes and maybe how much as well. Right now, you can get pre-orders on TCG Player for a decent price, around $115. Lowest verified is $113 by Hometown Gaming TCG, and most sellers have that same price, and they have a lot of them to go around, right? It does show here that they won't be able to ship them until March 21st, though. I do believe that's a new stipulation, so maybe you're going to have to go to your local game store to find them this Friday. But if you usually get your Lorcana stuff from Target, Walmart, or Disneyland or something like that, you're going to have to wait till the 21st, actually. That's specifically for the big box retailers, actually. There is a world where March 7th at Disneyland, they have the new stuff like usual. But yeah, $115 is not a bad price for some pre-orders. I do believe most people are going to have this for sale at around $120 to $140 would be the MSRP. I don't think you'll see it for any more expensive than that. But we already have some listings for some of the cards, like the Enchanted Glass Slipper from Arcasia's Island, listed on TCG Player with some sales as well. And we just want to go ahead and mention that maybe don't buy the pre-order singles. Wait until the set comes out, until the meta kind of calms down. This usually tends to happen a lot with this set in general, with new set releases, not this set, but with new set releases. We always see the legendaries hit really expensive prices, like this Tamantoa, this Mickey, this Scrooge McDuck. These are all legendaries in the set that have really high pricing right now, and we don't know what they're going to be like on the opening day, which is Friday. But yeah, we want to go ahead and just remind you guys to not pick up these pre-orders. There is a world where this Tamatoa is $50, like Rapunzel and Maui Half Shark kind of, but it takes a lot to get there, you know what I mean? And I think Sapphire is going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. Probably even one of the best colors in the game after this set comes out. But, is that enough to warrant a $50 pre-order for myself? Probably not. I'm going to wait until the meta, kind of develops. Because there's a world where there's other decks that are still good. Maybe even a different deck that's the best deck. We never know. So a lot of this is hype. These prices are kind of hyped up right now. I like to say wait until Friday so you can see the true prices. Same thing with some of the rares, not just legendaries. It's all the cards from common to legendary, like Ink Geyser. Right now it's selling for a $12 rare. Is this going to be played as much as something like Genie Wish Fulfilled was last format? Because that was like a $15 to $12 rare. I don't know if Ink Geyser is going to be as popular as something as usable as Genie Wish Fulfilled last format. So pre-ordering this at $12 to me feels like a big no-no. But we're going to be able to tune back in on Friday to see the true prices. So make sure you follow Lorcana Goons on all platforms and stay tuned so you can come back on Friday so you can see the true prices when we do the market watch on Friday, right? But as of right now, we do have some cards continuing to go up in price week by week. Rapunzel Gifted with Healings are no longer selling for $50. Lowest verified is $55. $54.95 by Best Deals for Cards. They have 3 of them for you. Sounds like the best deal available, so shout out you guys. Then Cafe Gaming has it at $55. Then Space Goblin MTG has it at $60. $59.97 with shipping included for your non-foil Rapunzels. Wow. And cold foil Rapunzels are getting close to $100 still. We did see some listed at $100, but I'm not sure if any sold. Right here, lowest verified listing is going to be $90 by the Wasteland Gaming. Shout out you for that low price, because the next listing is 105 by Jolteon's Emporium. And we do have some recent sales here for the cold foil at 110 for a cold foil Rapunzel right there. And we have two more. Another one selling for 106, and then another one selling for $75. That was on the 24th and the 25th. So we'll see how long it takes for that $90 one to sell, but we have seen some $100 sales for the Rapunzel confirmed. Maui Half Shark is going up little by little. These were closer to $40. They were $35 last format when this was like the best deck, right? And now they're $45, and the format hasn't even started. Lowest verified 44.88 by Top Deck Trinkets. Then it jumps to 47 by Collectors Trading, and it stays around that $47 mark, very close to 50. Getting dangerously close to 50. There's only 5 cold foils available on TCG Player. That's very interesting. Not too many available. Lowest verified is at 65. Then it immediately jumps to $90 here by Special Ability Games. So after the 70-ish dollar listing sells, we're gonna be looking at $90 Maui cold foil half shark. Once again, I think it's kind of hyped up a little bit. There's a lot of Lorcana products still out there. One of the big issues is that for sure people don't really crack Lorcana product. Like nobody really, in my opinion, like buys it out at Target. Like you see One Piece or Pokemon, for example. So I'm sure there's still plenty of cold foil Maui sharks floating around the retail space. But as of right now, there isn't too many available online, and a lot of people are gravitating towards Ruby Sapphire next format, and people are prepared. People are preparing early, pun intended. So they're picking up these cards, and they're making some of these prices go up because they have been told that this is the new best deck. But like I've been saying, we never know. This could be a $100 cold foil though, and I could be wrong. It really could be a tier 0 deck and everybody's playing it, right? Clarabelle, a light on her hooves. Lowest verified for a non-foil Clarabelle is now $21. Love to see it. And let's check out these cold foil prices. Cold foils probably won't be up too expensive. By the way, these Clarabelles, there's not too many left at less than $25. There's 2 listings verified at $21. Then the next verified seller jumps to $28 by Pandaric Quest TCG. They're getting dangerously close to 30, possibly close to 25. So maybe you want to get these before they continue to shoot up. $29.34 with a little bit of shipping is the lowest verified for a cold foil Clarabelle by Empire Collectibles. This does have an enchanted rare, so I don't expect this card to shoot up like dramatically in price, because the enchanted rare is always going to be the more expensive one if you want the max rarity. But still pretty cool to see if you're a collector or if you're just playing meta decks and you have these legendaries, right? Because they're retaining their value over time, and I do think Clarabelle is going to be a bigger threat this coming format than it was the last couple formats. Clarabelle's not the only legendary getting some hype before the format begins. Jafar, Striking Illusionist, this cold foil shooting up a little bit. These were selling for less than $8, around $6 to $7 in January. And we now know that Jafar is getting some decent support, not only in this set, but in set 8 as well. So in this set, we've seen that we have illusion characters coming out. We have new Jafar characters that the Striking Illusionist can shift onto. And some of these characters synergize with the illusion, with the illusions that Jafar can make, I guess, in the game. So there is some validity in playing a Jafar deck as opposed to last format. In this format, there's a lot better shift targets, like I was saying, and maybe a whole new world Jafar deck is going to be best deck this format. But a lot of people, it's looking like, are following this trend, because this card used to sell for around $7 for a cold foil, but right now lowest verified is $8.36 with $1 shipping. Then it jumps to, that's by Gravity Games, by the way, shout out you guys. Then it jumps to Physics $10.75 with shipping included. So, in my opinion, getting close to a $10 cold foil, right? If this is in your trade binder as a cold foil, I think it's $10 now. That's just my opinion, though. Once again, this card does have an enchanted rare, so that usually tends to keep the price low, you know, for a cold foil legendaries that have enchanted as well. Because the enchanted rare really is the max rarity. That one's going to go up, and it has been going up. We've talked about the enchanted Jafar Striking Illusionist already on the channel the last couple weeks, and it's gone up from around $70 to $100+ now. I'm telling you, that Jafar hype is real. You know, we're getting some, like I said, new Jafar cards, and maybe they'll make the deck a little bit better, right? There's some pretty cool cards in this set that help Mufasa decks. I believe the the green yellow deck, Emerald Amber is going to be a little bit more popular now that we have that lady, the Central Park lady. She's a dual ink yellow green character that lets you add cards from your discard pile. I think that is very good in a Mufasa type of strategy. So right now I'm seeing Mufasa sell for pretty cheap. Still, lowest verified is $8.99 by ABC TCGs, so less than $10 still right now. These were selling for a way cheaper though, for sure selling for around $6 to $7. So seeing it at $9 is letting me know that some people are taking interest in possibly playing that next format. Cold foils have been settling at around $25, less than $25 actually. 23 with 12 with shipping included right there by Skynet, lowest verified. And like I was saying, I think Mufasa decks are going to get a little bit better this format, so before they shoot up in price, maybe consider getting these. Let's talk about some cold foils that are meta before we call the meta portion of this video a day. Doc Bold Knight. These are $20 for cold foils now. Lowest verified is $19.99 by Recon Games for your Doc Bold Knight. This card is very good. This card's obviously going to let you draw 2 cards by discarding your hand, and I think this gets way better with the new Cobra illusion that we have coming out for Amethyst Steel decks, so that's really cool. Daisy Ducks. I think a lot of aggro decks get a boost, like we were just talking about. Whether you're playing Amber Steel with Daisy or you're playing Amber Emerald, Daisy's like the main Amber card I think you need to play, and it's looking like people are catching on with these prices because they were less than $5 throughout December and January, and today lowest verified for a non-foil is going to be around $8. Pandaric Quest. TCG $6.95 with $1.27 shipping. Shout out you. I wonder if this is the same Pandaric from Twitch, by the way. If it is, shout out you even more. You were helping me out in my Twitch chat last time. $16 for a cold foil Daisy Duck by Misty Must Sell. Shout out you guys for this lowest verified. So more than $15 now for a cold foil Daisy Duck. That's good to see. Hiram, Flavor Shams are going up in price. Everybody wants to play Sapphire, like we've been talking about. Very exciting meta coming soon. And that's showing in these prices. Take a look at this. Lowest verified for a foil Flavor Sham is going to be $20 by the Wasteland Gaming, $19.99. Then we have a non-verified seller, NoCo Hobbies, for $26. Then Vendcorp is our next verified seller at $38.99. $40 next up by Funk Guys. $42 with 96 cents by Iron City Games. Then $68 by Event Horizon. So prices are everywhere right now for this Hiram Flavorsham cold foil. Taking a look at these recent sales, a bunch of non-foils are always selling for around $3 to $4, getting close to $5. Recent cold foil selling for $36.74, and another one selling for $23.10. So it's looking like the ones that are less than $30 are not really going to be available anymore. You're gonna have to pay $30 once this listing from Wasteland Gaming gets bought. They're gonna be $30+ for your cold foil Flavor Shams. Wow, and like I've been saying this whole video for the last 2 weeks, everybody's hyped on Sapphire, whether you're playing Sapphire Ruby, Sapphire Steel, maybe even Sapphire Emerald. You know, you probably need at least like 3 to 4 copies of this Flavor Sham so you can draw 2, which is really good. Speaking of Sapphire, we got to talk about our boy Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit, getting some much needed praise. He used to be around $100, fell to $75-ish, but just recently we've been seeing listings at around $100 again, and sales happening close to that $100 mark as well. On the 27th, we saw one sell for $93 and $95. There haven't been many sales since though, so we're still waiting to see if these listings are going to update anytime soon. People might start selling them for a little bit less, but right now this is close to a $100 card. So if you have your D23 collections, I feel like this is a pretty decent a card to have in your collection, or maybe even you crack those open, you have them in your binder. This card continues to go up, but again, kind of meta dependent. We'll see if this makes an impact in the meta, but there's a lot of potential for item decks, I think, going into the meta. I think that's what people think. Same thing with Morph. Morph has a lot of potential in a new Emerald Sapphire build, especially with these new Floodborn potential characters, Universal Shift cards that generate value for having Floodborn stuff on the board. Let's go ahead and look at Morph's price. Picante TCG, $125 now for your Morphs. They used to be closer to $100, now they're $125. Check that out. And now it's time for PSA Mondays. We're going to go over some PSA 10 cards that I found on 130 Point. This is a website that you can use to track recent eBay sales. So I simply type in Disney Lorcana PSA 10. And we're going to look at a bunch of PSA 10 cards that have been selling as of today even. A D23 promo Mickey 2024. This is from the last D23 at PSA 10. Selling for $300. This is a neat one. PSA 10 Clarabelle, Light on Her Hooves, selling for $20. Same price as the Raw, which is kind of funny. $60 PSA 10 Queen Diviner Foil. Foil though, PSA 10 non-foil, Daisy Duck selling for $20. But here's the creme de la creme, my Lorcana Goons. This is a D23 Expo First Edition 2022 Elsa Snow Queen. PSA 10 selling for $7,000. That's pretty cool. We see this every now and then. We've been seeing a lot of the D23 sell recently on eBay. I think a lot of people are offloading their collectibles. From a collector perspective, a lot of people I know got into Lorcana during the first chapter hype as an investment, as a collectible. as a way to expand their collectible portfolio, which is really cool. And as of lately, the recent collectible hype is all around Pokemon. And personally, I've been seeing a lot of people sell their Lorcana for Pokemon, whether it be in person to us at our booth at Ninja Exchange in Carlsbad or online. I'm seeing a lot of D23 sell. I think it's a reflection of what's going on in the TCG space, which is really cool. When one game succeeds, so do the others. So really happy to see that. And one man's former collectible is another man's chase. So that's pretty cool to see there. I'm sure whoever picked this up is very happy to have found this at a decent price, and they're probably not going to let it go anytime soon, right? Let's go over some more PSA 10s before we finish off for the day. First chapter, Genie on the Job Enchanted, PSA 10 selling for $300. This is crazy. A PSA 10 Ursula Deceiver. This is from the D23 set that we were just talking about, only selling for $45. That's cheaper than the raw price. The raw price for this card sells for around $60. So to see a PSA 10 only sell for $45 is a come up. Maybe if you guys are on eBay, you find some deals like this every now and then. I've noticed that for sure, going through 130 point. And last but not least, a Moana promo from the Moana 2 movie. This PSA 10 selling for almost $50. And you can find these, you can buy these raw for around $2 to $3 on TCG Player. So if you have a PSA 10 of this, that's like a $50 plus right there. I've seen these in person. A lot of them are very off center. So to find a PSA 10 of that is pretty cool. But that's going to be all for today's Market Watch My Lorcana Goons. Remember, Arcasia's Island drops this weekend at your local game store, so be sure to support them so you can get those new cards. Those new enchanteds are going to look beautiful. Can't wait to pull some of these new enchanteds, hopefully, with some of the cases that I get for myself. If you guys are going to be in the Southern California area, be sure to come by Ninja Exchange at Carlsbad if you want to come say hi to me this weekend, or go say hi to Zach at Frankincense Collectibles. But be on the lookout for some more videos so we can make some meta decks with the new cards that are coming out this week. But until then, stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we'll see you Goons next time. Actually, before we call it a day, my Lorcana Goons, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who comes to play at our booth at Ninja Exchange in Carlsbad. Everyone who's been supporting. A huge special shout out to Dakota and Michaela. They're leaving to Japan. Dakota's going to be stationed out there because he is on active duty. So have safe travels, guys. We're going to miss you. They get to play first chapter Japanese again. So that sounds really fun. But they've been supporting us at the booth. So just want to say a huge thank you so much. And we really hope you have some safe travels. It always hurts to see the fellow Lorcana community have to separate a little bit. But, we're going to go spread that Lorcana Goon squad love in Japan. Thanks to Dakota and Michaela. So once again, big thank you for supporting us over there at Ninja Exchange. And huge shout out to you guys. And huge shout out to Joseph, too, over here with his kids. His kids, unfortunately, had to go back to Texas. They've been supporting us down there in Carlsbad for a cool while now. These are his kids right here at the booth. Huge shout out to Johnny and little Joseph. Really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful experience in Texas. I hope you guys keep playing Lorcana. Keep up with the Lorcana Goon squad. I can't wait to see you guys at a DLC. These are some future DLC champions right here, my Lorcana Goons. So once again, huge shout out to Joseph and Johnny, the young Lorcana Goon squad members that I've been supporting, and they've been playing the tournaments too. They've been doing pretty good. Johnny's been playing Hyper Aggro, and Joseph's been playing Purple Steel Aggro, a build that I showed him. So it's really fun. I'm gonna miss you guys. So I just want to say thank you again and give you guys a huge shout out. Please never forget the Lorcana Goon squad while you guys are out there on your travels.